What is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus back at you again with another review video, action figure style. You see what we got going on here? I got three of them. That's half the way from this latest Spider-Man retro wave. And it has been something. The reason you're seeing me with three all at once instead of going one at a time, that's because I'm sure most of you are aware that Target several weeks ago, inexplicably just started receiving solid cases of these figures. There are 6 of these figures. You see here we've got Spider-Man Unlimited, we've got Spider-Boy, and of course in the center we've got Flash Thompson as Agent Venom. There are also the Chameleon, which is probably the most sought after. You've got the female Electro going on, and of course Kane. I actually think that the 3 of those are the most sought after. The way Target was getting them, once again, as you heard me say, they were in solid cases. They're in solid cases. And this was very unusual because totally random. They'd come to these stores, individual stores, totally random. What I've seen the most of has been Bailey Briggs, Spider-Boy, and Agent Venom, followed up by Spider-Man Unlimited. The other 3 I have yet to see in Target stores. They finally, this wave finally became official in terms of release as of, I want to say, the 6th of February. So prior to that, since I saw that was upcoming, and I was able to get, being a pro member of GameStop, I just ordered the last 3 from them, and they'll be here either today or tomorrow, and I'll get the other half of this wave taken care of then. So as you can see, we have gotten, like I said, Spider-Man Unlimited, which is in the classic retro card style for Spider-Man, you know, taken from like the 90s cartoon, and these other 2, Flash Thompson as Venom, Agent Venom, and of course Bailey Briggs, they're in that new style packaging. People, when it comes to this type of packaging, you know, it's very divisive with this because it's not truly retro. You got people that are, I don't need to double up. I'll just get the one, and we know they're not collector friendly, but who cares? It's not the retro. Others will double up. So, you know, it is what it is. Of course, when you get to the Spider-Man Unlimited and it's got the retro style card, a lot of times it's a no-brainer, just going to double up on that. So, you know, it is what it is. Individual people have individual tastes and preferences, and they will, you know, they'll go with that. So without further ado, I'm going to go through each of these individually. I'm going to sandwich the true retro card, meaning Spider-Man Unlimited, between Flash and Bailey. So, yeah, that's what's up next. Center stage, we've got Bailey Briggs, aka Spider-Boy, and you see the packaging right there. He is on a, I want to say it's either a new or a modified teenage buck. We'll see. He comes with an additional head, and he comes with a pair of thwipping hands, even though he is the webless wonder, meaning he doesn't thwip webs. And they let us know when they revealed this figure that they put those out, and they spun it, but I think we all know they messed up, and they know it. He should have come with wall crawling hands is what he should have come with. And then he has his little backpack there. You got the artwork there looking on the back, looking on the rear. You see a sketch of Spider-Boy, the 6 figures in this wave. You've got Spider-Man Unlimited, Agent Venom, which you already see. You already know that I have those. You also have Francine Fry, Electro, Kane, and the Chameleon. I think those latter 3 are the most sought after. Definitely Chameleon, probably followed by Kane. Might be tied with Agent Venom. You know, then of course you've got whatever your preference is. And there is a readout there, a little bio. Bailey Briggs, the young sidekick to Spider-Man, was erased from the web of life and returns to make a place for himself as a superhero. Here's Spider-Boy out of packaging. We'll get to him in a second. Let's take a closer look at those accessories now that they too are out of packaging. Here are those thwippers that I made mention of. He is the webless wonder, so don't understand why he's got these, but he does. We should have gotten wall crawlers, but we didn't. He also comes with this backpack, which you see he's got the peg there, and it's in the shape of like a kind of spider-like with the red eyes and things of that nature. And then, of course, the last thing we have is the additional head sculpt, which has exposed teeth, and the eyes are different. You see he's got eyes going there at the top of his head there, as well as the ones that are standard on the side. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of the accessories for our guy here. And as I stated, he's on a teenage buck. And get some focus going on here. Apologies for the hand, but that's how you get it to flip back. Anyway, taking a look at Spider-Boy, you see he's basically in red and blue. He's got gold for his lenses, and those are those eyes that are on the side there. When he's in his quote-unquote human state, there are no eyes at the top of his head there. Then, of course, you got the rest of him. And then, of course, we've got those sneakers looking pretty cool. Now, they look cool, but there's a caveat, because since they're the way they are, there is no ankle pivot there, so you're not going to get any of that going on at all. You're barely going to get some going back and forward. Very little. I don't even know if that's actually intentional or that's just a looseness of the joints being connected there, but you're not going to get that. You do, however, get a calf swivel, which is unusual. So you do get that. In terms of the rest of the articulation, standard, you got the waist swivel. He's got the double jointed. We're pinless at this point. Getting to the point where we won't even have to mention pinless anymore. Getting to that point. I don't think we're quite there yet. He's got the waist swivel, as I said. He's got the ab crunch, forward and back. His head is on a ball hinge, so he can look back that far, look down that far. Very nice. Very little pivot, and of course he can 360 it. He can do way more than the T-pose there, so that's cool. Double jointed elbows, as I stated. He's got the bicep swivels, and of course the hands. So that's basically the articulation scheme you've got with our boy Bailey Briggs, aka Spider Boy. His I believe it goes on this way, doesn't it? I've got to look to see, but I'm getting confused as to how his backpack goes on. I'm going to assume that that's the way it goes. It looks like it's right. So, yeah, there you have it. Here's what Bailey looks like with the other head sculpt on, with the open mouth. I tilted it to the side so you can kind of sort of get a look at all of the details, meaning the eyes above the above the head, and of course the ones on the side there, and of course the mouth. The one figure that's on the old style retro card, well, the one figure out of the three that I have, I should state, and that would be Spider-Man Unlimited. And I believe he's on this card because he actually had his own cartoon back then, so I'm assuming they just figured that it was supposed to be an extension of the 90s cartoon. Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night, we'll go with that. But you see what we got going on in the packaging. He's got 2 additional sets of hands, thwippers and wall crawlers, which is the wall crawlers is what Bailey Briggs, aka Spider-Boy, should have come with, but we got past that, so I digress. Looking at the back here, You've got the sketch of Spider-Man Unlimited as far as the sketch of how you change out the hands, and we've got the bio for Spider-Man Unlimited. Raise Peter Parker suits up to battle against Carnage and other unearthly enemies as Spider-Man Unlimited. Taking a look at Spider-Man Unlimited out of packaging. Before we do that, we of course will take a look at his accessories, which are 2 sets of hands. You see we've got the wall crawling hands there, and we also have, if I can get them in my hands there, the thwippers. So he does come with those, and that's it. Bon appetit. Enjoy that. That's all you get. Taking a look at our boy here, you can see some very similar, you know, it may remind you of something like, I don't know, Spider-Man 2099 to a point, I guess. Then again, he does kind of look unique. A lot of people didn't like this cartoon back then because we were, let's face it, hey, we were spoiled by that 90s cartoon, and this was a poor replacement. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as far as this figure itself goes, it does look pretty good. The spider emblem here is actually sculpted in. You gotta love that, as well as what's going on here on the shoulders and here on the wrists. These are like separate pieces. These spider, I guess they're also thwippers as well, but they're separate, so that's cool. Like I said, all of this is sculpted in on the sides there. Pretty cool. Painted on the legs. In terms of here on the calves, these are sculpted in. Gotta love that. The red, pretty nice. And then, of course, you've got the cape, which I believe, I don't think it comes off. It probably does. It feels like it's glued in. I'm not going to pull it off. There's no need to, because this is part of his look. So there you have it. In terms of this articulation there, pinless all over the place. Like I said, we're getting to the point where we're going to not have to say that anymore. He's got butterfly joints. You got to love that. And he can rear back that far, which is cool. In terms of the crossing, what do we have here for the crossing? My right arm is proving to be a little bit difficult, but I guess if I worked it, it'll get in there. It's not all the way. There we go. So that's how far you get in terms of the crossing of the arms. He's got double jointed everything else, you know, the typical, the ab crunch, forward and back, and the waist swivel. He can split that far, which is pretty cool. And he's got the calves, and he does indeed have his ankle joints forward, back that far, and we do get ankle pivot this go around with this guy. So that's basically all there is to Spider-Man Unlimited. In terms of accessories, quite limited. Up the rear, quite possibly the most sought after from these three that I've shown today, and that would be Flash Thompson, aka Agent Venom. This is the second time we've gotten Agent Venom, Flash Thompson. We've gotten him before as a Walgreens exclusive. I remember everybody was going off trying to get that guy, and aesthetically it looked great. It had an attachment to put on his back to go along with 4 weapons. You know, the attachment was supposed to mimic tendrils and him able to grasp his weapons. It was pretty cool. The articulation left quite a bit to be desired, and hopefully that has been corrected this go round. But you see what we got here. We've got an he comes in packaging with his maskless head sculpt on, and of course we've got a masked head sculpt. We've got 2 sets of hands, graspers and fists. He's got C grippers, or trigger fingers I should say, out of packaging, and he comes with 2 weapons, a sidearm and a long range rifle. On the rear we see an image of Flash with his mask on. Of course, we've got the figures that are in the wave below, and we have the read up. When Flash Thompson bonds with an alien parasite suit, he's granted spider-like powers as Agent Venom. And there you have it, what I hope was a somewhat quick look at these first three figures that I've gotten from the current Spider-Man retro wave, where some of the figures, I guess half, maybe two of the six. I know Chameleon is also on the retro card, as well as Spider-Man Unlimited. Kane, I believe, yeah, Kane is on the retro card too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, half are on the retro card, the true retro. Anyway, that's neither here nor there as far as the figures are concerned. Not a bad offering. Bailey Briggs, aka Spider Boy, pretty decent figure. Lacking in accessories. I think they really, meaning Hasbro, messed up and tried to play it off when they gave us the Thwippers, when we should have gotten wall crawling hands. The other head sculpt, which he's blazing right now, with the teeth and the extra eyes, I think was a great addition. So pretty nice. The lack of articulation, especially in the ankles because of those sneakers, is, for me, I think it's going to prove to be kind of problematic. Of course, as always, we'll get around it. As far as Spider-Man Unlimited, he comes with the appropriate hands, additional hands, fists, and thwippers. So that's pretty cool. I love all of the sculpted details on this figure. Very nice. I don't know how many people will feel some type of an affinity to this character or not. It is a nice addition to your ever-expanding Spider-Verse set of figures. And then, of course, there is Flash Thompson, aka Agent Venom. This is a redo. We've gotten Agent Venom before. Mine, I have that one. I had it somewhere. I think I may have sold it off or something like that, but I did once have it. As far as this is concerned, he comes with more accessories than the other two figures. I would have liked to maybe tendrils for this one, just like with the original Walgreens exclusive. I think that would have been nice, but we do have this one. From what I recall, this version is less bulky, if you will, than the Walgreens version. I still think I probably like the Walgreens version aesthetically better more than this one, but this will suffice as a replacement. I'm not crazy about that Flash Thompson head, I could tell you that. He does come with some nice grasping hands and some fists to go along with those trigger finger hands that he comes with, so he can hold on to his weapons. So yeah, that's the first three. Like I stated before, it was very random trying to find these guys, and I still haven't run across Electro, Kane, or the Chameleon in the Target stores, and the point is academic now that it's officially released. I'll be having the next three, either it'll come later today or sometime tomorrow, and I'll get those three up, and that will be that. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about these three. Have you managed to get the other three? You got all six? If you only got a part of the wave, is it by design that you only have a part, or you're intending on getting the full wave and you got yours through Target? Which ones did you manage to get through Target? Like I said, all I've seen is Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Boy, and Agent Venom. I have not seen any of the other three. Maybe you have. Let me know down below. And other than that, like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the next time I upload a video. And until next time, y'all be cool. Peace. We've got Agent Venom, aka Flash Thompson, out of packaging. And he's just like he came out of packaging with his maskless head sculpt, unmasked head sculpt, however you want to phrase that. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let's check out his accessories. And he comes with the most by far out of the three. We've got these grasping hands. You see they got the white patches on the tops of the hand. We also have a set of fists that he comes with. Of course, there's that head sculpt, that masked head sculpt. He has a sidearm, and he comes with a holster, which we'll see momentarily. And then he's got his long-range weapon. We've seen both of these weapons before, so nothing real special. And like I said, he does come with more accessories than the other two figures. And here we have him up front there. We've got that face sculpt. The reason I'm lagging on that is because I don't really know how I feel about it. I think that's it's a good looking sculpt. I don't see flash in it, A, and B, I don't know, it just looks weird on Agent Venom. That's just personal. Whatever you guys think, you could let me know. But it is a good looking face sculpt. The body is banging for real. He's got the spider logo. Looks very nice. Mine is clean. The white is all clean. The bands going around the shoulders, all clean. Stripes going down his legs and there into the rear, nice and clean. That's on both sides. There's that holster that I spoke of, and his weapon fits in. I don't know how snug that is. Pretty snug. Good. He's got these epaulets or shoulder pads there that they don't get in the way of the articulation. So like when you go up on them like that, you still get that. You can get the 360 because they're attached to the shoulder. Head is on a, I believe that's a, yeah, he's on a dumbbell. This head is on a dumbbell. Or then maybe not, because that seems to be too, let me pop it off. Matter of fact, it is a dumbbell. Cool. I'm going to take that time to put on the masked head then. It is a dumbbell. I just was not ready for getting that much range on the head sculpt on the dumbbell. It's not like it's crazy, but it's a whole lot more than we usually get. You can look down that far, and he looks up that far. You get all of the nice pivots there. His torso articulation is all in the diaphragm. He can go that far forward, which is not much, but a lot more than what we normally get from a diaphragm. Go back that far. He can rock it side to side, and he can, of course, twist. He's pinless all around. He doesn't have any calf rotation there, and because of the way how the boots are with the feet, you're not going to get much in terms of ankle articulation. You can go forward that far, up only that much, very barely above normal. And he does have ankle pivot, but once again, it's being impeded by this thing right here. You can do a splits out that far. Left leg is going to be impeded if you have that pistol in there. And yeah, that's basically what you got going on with our guy Agent Venom there.